Ebonics, in simpler definition, means Black speech. It is considered to be a dialect of English. The term Ebonics was created in 1973 by a group of African Americans who hated being looked down upon by not speaking appropriate English, or what the whites called it, non-standard Negro English. The term did not really come into effect until December 18, 1996, when California's school board took recognition of its usage in the majority of African American students. Ebonics refers to language among all people of African descent through the African diaspora. Ebonics is also known as A.A.V.E, African American Vernacular English.
When looking at A.A.V.E, both the phonology, the way in which things are spelled, and grammar are different from standard English. Looking at the consonants in A.A.V.E, when two consonants appear next to each other, the last one is deleted. This is called final consonant deletion. An example of this is calling test a test, or saying West End instead of West End. The L and R are also seen as problematic in A.A.V.E. They become an sound when seen at the end of words, examples being sister becoming sister, or seal becomes steel. Vowels in A.A.V.E also become nasalized when a nasal, which is an N or M, follows a vowel. Examples of this being saying ma instead of man. Stress in A.A.V.E is placed on various places. Stress can be put either on the first or last vowel. Here are some examples. Police, July, mama, daddy, hotel. The TH sound in A.A.V.E oftentimes turns into the alveolar D, which is voiceless at the beginning of the word. Examples being they becoming day, which when the TH is within a word, it becomes an F. Examples being nothing becoming nothing. The grammar within A.A.V.E is different from that of standard English. One aspect I'd like to focus on is the negation part. Negatives in A.A.V.E can be seen by using several words such as ain't for the word didn't. With negations in A.A.V.E, there are double negatives, but they don't cancel each other out. They just mean one negative. Examples being, I ain't never been to no party, meaning I have never been to a party. This double negative can be used with sentences like, I ain't never seen no two pretty best friends, meaning I have never seen two pretty best friends. Another form of negation is the word can't, which is the negative auxiliary word used for the word couldn't. Examples being, can't nobody beat me, or you can't do that. A.A.V.E is not just your typical teenage slang such as saying gotta, gonna, shoulda, or any form of combining words to a shorter form. It is also not using forms of texting such as you are for your or your. A.A.V.E is fully developed linguistical language that is far from being compared to slang in any way. It is also a part of a culture which gives it even more of a one-up for credit and respect it deserves. A.A.V.E is primarily spoken by Black Americans and is therefore perceived to be spoken by those who are Black. This is, however, false, because there are several Caucasian Americans who, like Black individuals, speak A.A.V.E fluently and have the ability to code switch as well. Not only that, but it can also be in Latinx community of people speaking A.A.V.E fluently as well, thus proving that A.A.V.E is not just isolated to one race and can be for many races. There's also the misconception that just because an individual speaks A.A.V.E that their intelligence must be lower than the average person. This is far from the truth, as many great and intelligent people from history have spoken A.A.V.E and proven to be very impactful and successful. Take Harriet Tubman and her speech, Ain't I a Woman? Just because she spoke A.A.V.E shouldn't have discredited her, because we now know that she's a strong and impactful woman. In fact, several people that I know speak AAVE and are some of the smartest people that I know. Language or dialect does not determine intelligence. Just as they say in psychology, correlation does not equal causation.
Many African Americans switch between AAVE and Standard American English. The ability to switch between the two versions of English is known as bidialectism. Bidialectism is having the faculty in using two dialects of the same language. The more frequent ways bidialectism is exercised is through code switching. Code switching is the practice of alternating between multiple languages or dialects. There have been multiple attempts to incorporate AAVE into urban schools. These attempts take place because there are many students that speak AAVE at home and struggle with Standard American English. Educators have noticed this and utilize AAVE literature as a tool to help students code switch and connect themselves to the assigned text. There has been discrimination toward the idea of incorporating AAVE into schools due to ignorance and the many misconceptions of AAVE's use. AAVE is oftentimes acculturated and misused throughout the internet. There are many memes and internet trends that are rooted in AAVE, but are mischaracterized by social media as internet culture. Also, there are mainstream recording artists that have used AAVE in their lyrics and song titles. A rapper by the name of Kendrick Lamar has a song titled All Right. This song features a phrase, "We gon' be alright." The song won Best Rap Song of the Year in 2016. Also, the song received a platinum certification by the RIAA on February 10, 2017. There are schools, institutions, and communities that accept AAVE. AAVE is used as a bridge to help students and people gain literary and linguistic confidence in their writing, self-expression, and the ability to effectively communicate their needs. AAVE is safe for all to use.
Some examples of AAVE that is used in everyday language would be extra, sis, woke, lit, basic, straight up, squad, spill the tea, and many more. And as you can see, many companies use AAVE to get the attention of their audience. Although AAVE is commonly used as words, it can also be used as phases and tenses. For example, past phase, I been bought it, I done buy it, I did buy it, or I do buy it. Present could be, I be buying it. And for future immediate, I'ma buy it, I'ma gonna buy it, and I gonna buy it. Ebonics, or AAVE, is so heavily used now that even people of non-African descent are starting to use it. It is so common in everyday usage that people seem to ignore it. Most Black people consider Ebonics as regular English. Ebonics, or AAVE, is here to stay. It is so deeply rooted in the African American community that there are no signs of it disappearing into thin air.